Got Ryan Hawkins joining us to talk about his 1 year with the Creighton Blue Jays and also look ahead at what's to come. Ryan, I think that's the intrigue that a lot of people have is what's next for you. So tell us about this process. Assume you'd like to continue playing. Where do you go from here?
Yeah, I think I'm not ready to be done playing yet, so I'm going to try and stay in shape the best I can, and then starting mid-May, I'll start having teams call and go do workouts with them. I'll have to find an agent and stuff like that in the next couple of weeks, but I'm just going to relax for a few days and kind of enjoy it. Uh, but hopefully the summer's full of a lot of workouts and hopefully a lot of different teams, and then middle of June will be the combine and some of the elite camps that I'll have to go to, get my name out there a little bit more. But overall, just a lot of basketball this summer.
Who's helping you through this process?
Coaching staff at Creighton is doing a lot for me right now, putting me in contact with agents. From there, the agency that you sign with will do most of the work as far as getting you in front of scouts, making sure you're at the right workouts, and making sure you're getting the work that you need this summer to continue to get better.
When did it start to get serious that, playing at the next level after this season could be a reality for you?
It's been a reality for a few years as far as it's what I wanted to do. But around Christmas break, Greg McDermott sat me down and kind of told me he had some people in his pocket that could help me out as far as contacts, agents, stuff like that. And now that basketball's over, I'm starting to get that process cranked up and figuring out who I want to represent me and what that process looks like.
It seems like, just from an outsider's perspective, that your 1 year with Coach McDermott was just a match made in heaven. What kind of a relationship have you developed with him?
Yeah, personality-wise, we meshed really well from the beginning. I learned a lot from him about the game of basketball. And I felt like it was a very good relationship for both of us. I was able to help him out a little bit on the floor. He was able to help me out a little bit off the floor. So in that regard, it helped a bunch. But just the overall basketball knowledge that he has and the context that he has in the basketball world, that's going to be invaluable for me during this process. And obviously his son's really good at basketball too, and he's a pretty good name to know out there in the NBA world.
As far as a potential professional career, there's so many levels, there's so many potential opportunities and a lot of unknowns for you right now. So what is it, kind of all daunting at this time, or what's it like?
Yeah, it's a little exciting too at the same time though. From the feedback I've gotten so far, I have a pretty good chance of getting a summer league contract, getting to go out to Vegas for 10 to 12 days, playing out there. And I'm hoping to be able to do 15, 20 workouts with some teams this June, July, just kind of get my name out there and get in front of their scouts and work out with them. And then if that doesn't end up working out, head over to Europe, play over there, explore the world for a year, and see what I want to do after that.
So as a prospect, what are your strengths? What are your weaknesses? And is there still time to improve on your weaknesses, or are you kind of at 24 years old, are you are what you are type of a deal?
A little bit of that. I'm not going to change what I do offensively just because I have size and can stretch the floor. That's the biggest thing. The NBA is such an analytical game now that threes are worth more than two, and if you shoot a three at above 33%, it's going to be worth more than if you shoot a two at 50% kind of thing. So I have the ability to play into that a little bit. So that would definitely be my strengths as far as offense goes. And then defensively, I just have to continue to get more athletic. And that's something that I feel like I'm able to do even at 24. Just to compete in the NBA, stuff like that, G League, everyone there is super athletic. They might not be as skilled or might not shoot it as well as I do, but most of them are going to be more athletic than I am. And so that'll have to be an area that I improve on this summer.
Obviously, the better competition you go against, the better off you're going to become. And as you went to the Division I level this past season, in what ways do you think that helped elevate you?
Just got me used to the speed of the game. The Division II level has a lot of great basketball, but it doesn't have 7-footers standing in the lane ready to block your shot, and it doesn't have 6'6" guards. If you're 6'6" at the Division II level, you're probably going to be a 4 or a 5 playing down low. So the Big East definitely got me ready for that as far as the athleticism and the speed of the game. And I feel like once I settled in, I was able to handle that very well. And oftentimes kind of attack that, use their athleticism against them, give them a pump fake when you get down low, get them off their feet, off balance, then you have an easier layup.
So what's your ultimate goal? Like let's say a perfect world. Where do you see yourself in a year from now?
Hopefully playing basketball and hopefully happy. I don't care what it looks like right now. I don't have any images in my mind or any place that I want to be or team I want to be with. I just hope that I'm in a good situation for myself, and I hope I'm happy.
You've had a little bit of time to digest this past season now, and of course you still want to be playing, but you guys had an incredible run with probably a group that wasn't expected to go as far as you did. So when you put it all in perspective, what comes to mind about the last year?
It's crazy to see the transformation from June, July, our summer workouts to our first couple practices in September, to our first games in November where we were losing to Kennesaw State and teams that we had no business trailing to ever. But that was a sign of youth and immaturity and not playing together. And then, middle of January and February, it clicked. We started gelling. We played really well offensively. We started really guarding the ball defensively. And we did a great job down the stretch of using that confidence and that momentum. Unfortunately, we lost 4 guys this year to season-ending injuries throughout the year. And when you lose 4 dudes that are all big minute, big roles on the team, that's going to be tough to bounce back from. But we were a really resilient bunch, and we were able to bounce back from every single one of those devastating losses and kept fighting. And we took KU, one of the best programs in the nation, down to the wire with only 6 healthy guys, which is just unbelievable to look back on.
It was important to you to be close to home as you had a big following of area people when you're at Northwest Missouri State, and that continued at Creighton with not just Atlantic, but communities throughout Southwest Iowa. What was that like to be able to still play in front of them?
Oh, it was amazing. Walking out of the tunnel after every game and looking over to the section where my family was, and there'd be 50, 60, 70, 80 people sitting there waiting for me. Walking out on senior night was a little emotional for me because I saw a lot of people that had been there supporting me through the years. Even when I was in middle school and high school, like the same people I saw at the games were there that night waiting for me and waiting to congratulate me. It was just a really cool feeling to feel that support all the way through this year.
From a skinny 6'6", 6'7" Wayne State signee to walk on at Northwest Missouri State, what's been the biggest key to your improvement and transformation as a player to get to the point where you are now?
Just consistency. Everyone's going to talk about the hard work that it takes. It does take hard work, but it can't just take hard work 3 days a week. You've got to be willing to put in the time and the effort 6, 7 days a week. And, you can't go as hard as you can 7 days a week, so you've got to be smart about what you do to your body, but you can get better without putting a lot of strain on your body. And that was the biggest thing that freshman year for me where I redshirted. I was able to put on about 20 pounds and kind of fine-tune my jump shot, get it feeling really well. And I shot the ball really well for most of my career. And I think a lot of that goes back to that redshirt year and the work I put in.
It's got to be a strange time for you in your life now with school in the rearview mirror, but are you enjoying some downtime a little bit?
Yeah, the only problem with downtime is you start to think and you start to miss the game that you've played for 10 years at a competitive level.
Well, hopefully you can wait a few more years to put your, 5, 6 degrees to good use?
Yeah, no kidding.
All right. Thanks for coming in. Appreciate your time.
Thanks, Bennett.